Hey everyone, welcome to Evade. Today I will be teaching you how to survive solo in Evade and what maps you kind of want to be playing on, general strategies, how to avoid the Nextbots, all of that. Usually if you're playing solo, you're in a private server, and so you'll have access to private server commands, so if you want to play special modes, you of course can do that, but we're just going to be talking about how to survive easily on solo mode. Mainly, you need a good map that has a lot of like open space and isn't just a straight line. Or a big plain open area. You need something you can run around to avoid the next bot. And then simply just jump away from the next bot. If you are playing solo, obviously a lot of the gears won't be at all helpful to you. Things like the med kit, the stethoscope, all those other ones. I think it's just the medkit and the stethoscope, actually, which I have equipped because I'm usually playing with friends. But what you want to do, if you are in a server alone, is you either want to equip one of the reward-boosting items, like the briefcase or the badge, depending on what you want to earn extra of, or you want to equip, like the stilts or the Hermes boots, so you can survive a lot easier. Another great thing you need to do is, if you're new to the game, you probably don't know this, but you just want to be always spamming jump. I know there's more efficient ways to move than just spamming jump, like you can do some sidestepping to get a little bit of extra momentum. Generally, you don't need to do that if you're playing on, like, a map with a lot of Nextbots. You can do that. I'm sure there are more comprehensive guides on YouTube. But yeah, that's pretty much, it's just super basic. You just need to get a good, kind of rounded map, and then run the opposite direction whenever you see the next bot. Any maps that are just big open spaces will not be helping you, win, because you'll have to juke the next bot like a million times, and that's just gonna make things harder. So this is obviously gonna be a pretty easy win. There's only a minute left. I'm not gonna bore you with another minute of me running, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut to the end of the round right now. As you can see, the time in this round has run out, which is actually inaccurate. It takes a couple extra seconds. That was an extremely easy round, so I'm gonna go ahead and showcase just the basics on a couple more maps, and we'll talk about some more tips on those. Now we actually have a map called Facade. This map is a lot more difficult than the mall. What you want to do on a map that's less open and has significantly less space is you definitely want to pick up a good accessory. So I'm actually going to grab... Actually, I won't, just to showcase how you can do it without. But if you are willing, definitely grab yourself a solid accessory like the Hermes boots, the stilts, or one of the, like, the Bloxy Boy, one of those accessories that actually affects gameplay. You don't want, like, a booster on this kind of a map, because this kind of a map is just gonna really mess you up. For Facade specifically, I definitely recommend the Hermes boots, but obviously those are very expensive and hard to unlock. What you want to do on a map like Facade, or one of the big unopened maps that's just, like, very easy to get stuck on, is you just kind of want to keep following the edges and running in circles for pretty much the entire round. Because that just means that if you're following the edges... I ran for 5,000 studs. If you're following the edges, realistically, the next bot's just going to kind of keep going in a circle trying to get to you, and you'll never see it. Which does sound a bit boring, but realistically, on a map like this, you can't complain that much about it being boring. And overall, that's kind of what this game is like, if you're not playing with friends, this game is pretty boring, realistically, if you're just trying to farm alone or something. But, like, you can do it. It's very possible. So yeah, you do just want to, like, run in circles forever. Another thing you may know is that, if you don't die in a round, you get, like, better rewards. So playing solo will usually get you better rewards because you'll end up not dying at all or trying to save, like, other people, because you do die a lot when you try to revive other players. And so you'll actually end up getting a lot more, like, rewards, but you won't get revive bonuses. So yeah, playing solo, you do really just, on maps like Facade, you want to just hug the edges. Why is there an eye on my screen? What is that? What was that? Am I getting pranked by the owner? I don't know who the owner of this game is, so I can't like name any specific people, but am I getting pranked by a dev? Why is there an eyeball on my screen? This isn't Doors. Whatever. Yeah, so realistically, gameplay on maps like Facade is just not that great. Definitely want to pick up like stilts for this because it will just make it a lot easier, or Hermes boots. I'd highly recommend Hermes boots actually, just because on a map like Facade, you're a lot more likely to run into a wall like that than on another map that's a lot more open, like the mall or warehouse, or underground facility. So you definitely like get more benefit out of the Hermes boots. But again, yeah, those are crazy high level. So yeah, that's pretty much how you can win solo. One thing to note is that if you want to be very consistent with your victories, if you're in a private server, you get access to this nifty little menu. And by pressing N, you can open it. And what you can do in this private server menu, which I will show when the round is over, because I don't want to get murdered. What you can do is you can actually, set a specific special game mode. There we go. If you come down to here to fun, you can choose a specific kind of special round. And so you can pick one of the more mundane ones like darkness to make it so that you don't have to worry about the game spawning angry Munchie. I don't know how it's said. Muncie, Mookie, whatever. Angry Muncie or double trouble or any of those more difficult modes. Or like no jumping is very, very bad in solo. If you don't have stilts, you kind of just lose. But yes, that is how you can survive in solo Evade.